This is in for repair. SRU Eachway nudger. No, sorry, that's wrong. Eachway shuffle. From about 1980, 81, I think. It's got an annoying fault with it that I've been trying a few times to fix up at the arcade, but none of my tests were showing anything was wrong. Wasn't seeing anything wrong with on the logic probe. Wasn't seeing anything wrong with anything else I did. Got a plug to reinstall here. Plug 2 is still going to go back in. I forgot to put that one in. So basically, what it's doing is it's playing one game and stops. Now we thought at first, after a bit of digging around, that it was something to do with memory or interrupts, because I've seen it before on a machine. I think it was one of JPM Eachway's machines where one of the RAM was bad and it would play one game and stop. But this RAM's fine. This RAM comes out of a working board and it's okay, and the processor's fine because the processor's brand spanking new. I put a S9980 in there and it's okay. All the voltages are fine. As you can see, this board's had quite a few repairs in the past. It has been through the wars a bit. No, it's been an arcade service for about 25 years, so I'm not surprised it's been through the wars a bit. And it's a shame because it's a fantastic machine to play. I mean, I used to play this up this arcade all the time. The arcade's closing now, unfortunately, so if you're going past Edinburgh, you've got about a week, maybe 10 days at the most, to get back into Johnny's Amusements and have a look around. And know before anyone else, this machine's not for sale. Anyway, back to the video. Show you what happens at the minute. All starts up fine. Sets up fine, it boots. All the lights and everything will come on. And it pretends to be working. It even gives change. So all this is running fine. Flick temp switch a few times, it's all going like a trooper. Until you play the first game. Damn camera cut off of me there. And then you can flick the credit switch. You can do this, you can do that. You can't do anything else. Let's see, does it give change still? Yeah, gives change. But switch responses have gone dead. You can hear me pressing the start switch there. So I know it's not RAM because it's giving me the credit switches are still responding, and they'll respond till the cows come home. Still gives change, so it's still sitting there running, but it won't allow me to start another game. So I'm suspecting that something. Camera, believe this camera never wants to focus. It will never focus. Something is wrong here with these three ICs here. Those are the 74LS251 ICs. They are the input buffer. There it focuses now. They are the input buffers. Those three there. It's not the control lines to the buffers. Sorry, they're not input buffers. there are, I can't remember the exact term for them, but they control the inputs anyway. So, sorry, a little bit tired tonight. It's not the control lines to these chips, that's all fine. It's not broken traces, that's all fine. This one here, is it this one? No, it's this one here. This one here is responsible for the start button. Now, turn this off a minute. What I'm suspecting is wrong is that either this input for the start or cancel is stuck. The reason I say that is I was talking to one of my mates and we were reminiscing about playing these machines back in the day when I was going up port scene and the like, and you used to be able to do a trick with these where you could hold the cancel button down during the gamble, and it was a sort of, it wasn't really any skill involved, it was still sheer luck, but if you just flicked the switch, sometimes you could gamble all the way up to the jackpot. But if you held the switch down, the machine would just sit there and do nothing until you release the switch. Same with the start button. If you hold the start button down, it will just sit there until you release the switch before it does anything else. So, it can't be the start button that's stuck down, because you can start the game. I'm suspecting the line that represents the cancel button is stuck. Not on the machine. The machine's absolutely fine. And you won't see it in a Logic Probe either because it's switching about too fast. And the way the 251s work is it's showing you the state 8 different input lines according to what address is being set up on its control lines. I really have to remember the name. It's not an 8-bit addressable latch, it's rough. It's a something. All you need to know is it controls the inputs. So what I'm intending to do is, because they're rather rusty anyway, I'm going to change all 3 of those. I believe that's controlling those, that's been changed already, so I won't be touching that. I'll change those. We'll see how we go on. I'll show you why I suspect this. I'd be as well just showing you why I suspect this. Okay, I've got Eachway Shuffle loaded up in MFME. MFME is an absolutely fantastic thing, by the way. You should check out that website there, the MPU Mecca. www.fruitemu.co.uk. Bunch of very clever guys on there, very clever guys. Anyway, I'll show you what I think is going on. Got myself 6 credits loaded up, right? It is the actual game ROMs that play in this, by the way, so... Ooh, got a shuffle there. I better not get too involved in this or I'll start playing this all bloody night. I'll not get anything done. Watch this. Right, there's just a press of the cancel button, okay? Watch. See the cancel button hasn't lit back up? Start button, sorry. See the start button hasn't lit back up? Doesn't want to let go. So, this is going to be tricky to do with one hand, but I'll hold the cancel button down. That's me holding the cancel button down. So the cancel button's jammed now. Watch. See? Can't press start. If I can lean over, I can still put credits in. All the credits are like in the world then. There's the 50p input, that all works. Yeah, let's see, I let go of the start, I let go of the button there. Just nudge anything, hold on. Right, try this again. Oh. Excuse my mouse going a bit wacky here. Right, cancel button's held again. I can't press start.
Well, I think it sounds lovely what she's done, Denise. We want to do the same.
Oh no, yeah. I can't have any ideas for our nursery. He won't move that moped out.
See, this is tricky. I can't press start. Oh, yes. Right. One game. And stop. See, the minute I let go of the cancel button, everything comes back on. Go closer up. This is a pretty rubbish video, but never mind. Sorry about me rambling. Play one game. Can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. Cancel button stuck. Can't do anything else. Let go. Comes back to life. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99, almost 99.99999% certain. The input that corresponds to the cancel button that is stuck. And the reason that would affect that it's the way it works. Pin 6 of the 251s is your output line from the IC over to the processor, and they're all tied together. They all go into pin 19 in the CPU, which is the CRU inline. Now it's not stuck all the time because I can check it with a logic probe and it's flashing away like a trooper. But if it was shorted in the chip for just one of these lines, then the right address is put on pins 19 and 11. 19 and 11 are your address select for whatever input you want to check. Then you would be getting a false signal out of pin 6. So say this one here, pin 1 shorted. Every time it selects the address for pin 1, it will give you a low signal out. So you would be looking for this pin. You wouldn't be able to read it because it would just be giving you low all the time. Because they're all tied together, if you're getting a false signal on one, it would be seen all the time by the processor. I think I'm getting that right. Not entirely sure because it's too fast for me to see with my logic probe. So think I'm just going to change all three of them. There's only three input chips, 3 251s. There's 74 LS251s. One's doing all the real optics, one's doing the buttons, and one's doing this, basically the level switches and the credit switches. And that's it. IC9 here that's doing the buttons. but they look so crappy anyway on the board that I'm going to change all three. So, confused? You probably will be, because I'm not explaining this very well. But
I do. We're getting rid of that bike.
we'll change them anyway and see how we get on.
Okay, shall we tell a bike in bits in your box room?
Okay, I got the board at the machine, and you can see how rusty. You can see they're pretty badly corroded away and rusted. Ignore pin 1 on this chip here. I cut it off as an experiment. There's an input line on Eachway Shuffle for percentage adjustment switch, whatever the hell that is. Not sure. Really not sure. But it's in the manual, so it's got one anyway. I might replace those two chips there because they look a bit, even though they're socketed, they look like they've been pulled at some point in the past. It may well be me that did it. This board is showing its age, and I have to be very, very careful because the solder pads are very fragile. There's another board over here that's in for repair. The solder pads and that are rock solid. I don't know if this is a very early revision board, but yeah. It's had hard service because it's been heating up quite a bit there. Of course it doesn't want to focus yet again. You can see what I mean by... Come on, focus in. Oh, there we go. You see how solder pads are not bad here, but you see what seems to happen with these ones down here are pretty bad. What tends to happen is when you heat this up, half of the solder pad falls away. They don't look too clever, but they are soldered on. They're soldered nice and solid. All the connections are buzzed out. Checked all of them, so that's not the issue. But it just shows you the challenges I face with soldering. There's a couple of pins in the arcade that did lose connection, and I still resoldered them at the top. It's not really a recommended way to do it, but I resoldered them at the top here to guarantee they were okay. So I'm also going to... Oh, come on. There we go. I'm also going to gently tighten in all these spades with a pair of pliers. A pair of fine snips. Because some of them have questionable connections, shall we say. Especially that one there. I don't know if you can see that, but that one there is particularly bad. The way those plugs work is it's not like pins that go into a socket. It's like little bars, and it's called a Valerco plug. It's little bars like that, and they snap in. The little bars that come in between the spades like that, and they snap in and get held tight. But over time, the plug's coming out the stretch, and then the connection could shift a bit, and you get arcing and bad contact, and it's generally not good for these machines. Sometimes you'll notice that when you move a machine about, it will reset or stop working. It's basically because these are stretching, and especially the ones that are carrying the power inputs. And this board, it's not the friendliest of things to work on, 'cause it's a bit like you saw Pac-Man boards as far as video games goes. It carries the power supply on the board, and you've got AC comes directly into the board, and then it's rectified and regulated in-house, so to speak. So these pins here are carrying an AC load. It's not mains AC, it's only about 11 or 12 volts, but it's still heavy enough. So if those connections are getting loose and you're getting arcing, they'll be heating up, and it can give you dry joints here. Similarly, if the regulator's been heating up a lot like this one is, you can get dry joints anywhere here. That's okay, we'll deal with that. Anything else we find. Not worried about that at all. It's not original, but the American Megatrends, think AMI? American Megatrends? AMI? I think that's what they are. But that S9980P variant is an excellent processor. It really is. It's probably the only eBay find that I've trusted in my life when it comes to these things. These are not too difficult to get a hold of, and they're damn sight less expensive than a TMS 9980 ANL, which will probably set you back about 40-50 quid by now. And the board's quite filthy, it needs a good clean up. You'll notice as well, when I was in the arcade, I changed this chip in the arcade and I ran out of sockets, so I just used an 18 pin with the 2 end sections cut, 2 end pins taken out, so I'll probably set about changing that, I think. We'll see what happens. I'll probably change that. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. For the minute, I've got a bag of 251s here because I need some spares for my other machine that I've got outside. I've got the sockets there, and yeah, we'll get on with it. I've probably shown this before, by the way, but with something like this, if you know the chip is old and rusted out, don't attempt to desolder it. Easiest way to get it off, you've got a pair of micro clippers like that. You just get in the pin like so. Hard to do this for holding the camera, but you just snip it off. I've got these on the wrong way. See? Do it again. Get into that pin, and you just snip it off. Get into that pin. You just snip it off. See? Because, like I showed you in the back of the board, the traces in these old boards are fragile. And that's not the only thing that's fragile. I was doing that top layer of pins there, and I'm just touching the parts against them and they're falling apart, so it's definitely something not quite right with these. 3. Oh yeah. 8-in-1 data select or demultiplexers. That's what they're called. In case anybody asks and I forget again. Yeah. I'll go on with cutting the rest of these out. I'll socket them. And then I'll try the machine again tomorrow, because I'm not going to be trying it tonight. It's too late at night now. Pins are out. I'll tell you something, this Hakko soldering absolutely rocks. Wish I could take it with me everywhere I go when I'm doing repairs. You simply can't, it's quite a heavy bulky thing. Pins are all removed, and then what I did was I dabbed fresh solder on top of all the pads, and then I sucked all the solder out, and it's left me nice tinned rock solid pads. See, I still lost half a pad under there. It's just the corrosion bit. Those pads look all nice and good as well. Now we'll get the sockets on. There we go. As you can tell by daylight, it's the next morning. And I've got my 3 new drivers in. I buzzed out all these tracks. They all seem to be fine. So, this has gone back in the machine. Alright, here we are, it's all back in the machine. Now, these boards can be a pain in the arse again. When you put this board back in this, it slides down in 2 slots, but you really have to ram it into that socket, because that plug's fixed to the casing. So, it takes about an effort, so you have to be careful. Anyway, the 3 driver trips are in there. I've got the extension cable properly connected up. By the way, with 2 sockets here, Most people tell you put it in the end one, but I can't imagine it make a difference to go on either one. I think what you can do with this is this second one here is for your engineer's test socket. And this is your engineer's test socket up here, and what they did when they built these later machines was they added this ribbon cable to it and just used it to power an extension board instead. But what you can do if you're lucky enough to have one is plug your engineer's test board into there, and then you can access the rest of the board from here. And I've got the sound connected back up, ROM cards in. This, in case you're wondering, is your anti-spark aerial. It's basically an early version of security. Back in the day, people would walk around with what they call clickers and try and force the machine into unknown states to gain an advantage. I don't think this really matters in this day and age, but it's there anyway. Plugs 2 and 3 are back in. Everything's all ready to go. I haven't tried this yet, so let's see what happens. I turned the tone up a wee bit, by the way, because the machine sounded a little angry before. So we're all powered up. Credits are going in as normal. We did all that before. Right, moment of truth! Reach round. There we go! Now how do you... How often am I going to do nudges backwards? Whoops! Plug the power back in properly, you bloody nutter! That, by the way, was that. I leaned on it. Do this again. Not a machine fault. It's just I leaned on the bloody plug. But it's working beautifully, as you can see now. No more one credit and stop. What's this? Oh, that's a gamble. And that's a payout. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Who would have thought something on the input side can cause your output side to freeze? I guess what it was is one of these chips was just sending a low signal out all the time when it went to the address for the cancel button and locking it up. But, yeah, there we go. I don't think there's time for it to go back into the arcade, unfortunately. That was a shuffle. That's the nudges. I don't know if I can reach. No, I can't reach a nudge button. Anyway, you get the idea. She's working. You know what? There's only one thing for it. When I come back for the shops later, I'm going to have to turn this around, take the covers off, and have a game. Do a little gameplay video before it heads home. All right, bye bye for now.